What's going on, guys? Pokemon here, and I got some new threads. Good other YouTuber, Pokepasoda right here. Pokehobs. Mr. and Mrs. Pokehobs made this for me, so shout out to them. That's awesome. I've never received anything ever. So cool. Thank you so much. The back of it, Pokepasoda, catch 'em all. It's awesome. So thank you so much for that. That is awesome. But hey guys, doing a video day, and today it's an exciting one because today is my 300th video. And you might be thinking to yourself, why do you keep going, Rhett? 300 videos, only 244 subs. What's the point? I'll tell you. I enjoy it. This is a lot of fun for me. I like doing it. I like interacting with people. I like seeing people when they put stuff online. So I enjoy it. That's why I do it. I'm going to keep going probably until I just get to the point where I guess I sell my collection off and just fade off in the sunset. But today we have a big video for you. Today it's going to be the promo FOMO. So one of my biggest things with Pokemon is I always tell people if you're going to buy something, make sure you buy a collection box that has a good promo in it. Because no matter what, you're guaranteed to have at least that card. And so that's one of my biggest takeaways I'd ever tell people is when you're buying a box, make sure it has a good promo in it. Okay. So like the Charizard UPC when that came out, the white one from Sword and Shield, that had 3 unbelievably good Sword and Shield promos in it. The Tropicos one did not. So the Tropicos one's only about a $200 UPC still at this point. The one that was surprising to me was the Greninja UPC. That thing is selling for way over $300, and that was a GameStop exclusive. But the promos were terrible. They were dog shit, to be honest with you. So the 151 UPC had great promos in it. It had 2 of the Mew and the 1 Mewtwo. It had the gold Mew metal card, so it was cool. But the new Charizard UPC, it has a good one. The Mega Charizard, it has the Oricorio and has the Charizard in it. So we're going to go through some of the Scarlet and Violet promos that you might be able to get on and be able to capture before it's too late. So let's go through some of those guys. Remember, Pokepasoda, like and subscribe. Let me know what you think of the content. We're going to start off here with the good old TCG player. And now we have these listed on here as best selling is what they are. Okay. Actually, I'm not sure. They might be best matches, I think. No, they must have been best selling. So best selling is what we have there. Now, we have the Mew EX. This one's from the 151 UPC collection. So this one, oops, I got these in the backwards order, so we're going to have to start way back here, it looks like. Maybe. I don't even know which order I'm in. There we are. So we may be jumping around a little bit on these. But we got the Mew EX. Right now, this is an $821 card in a PSA 10. This is a $100 card, just regular. I sold a set of these 3. The Mew EX, the Mewtwo EX, and the gold one. I sold a set of these back in September of 2024. So not even 2 years for $167. The set of 3. So it's worth like $1,200 now. But this one right here, this has had a pretty good rise now. This did get as low as, in the last year, 6 months, I mean, to $430, and now it's skyrocketed. This is almost an $850, $900 card. Sells pretty regularly, and this thing is super tough to grade. You look at the grading for this one, in a PSA 10, there's 10,000 of them, but in the 9, 30,000 of them, in the 8, another 10,000 of them. So these have about a 15% gem rate for these cards. Now, next one we're going to go to is, according to this, is the Charmander. This is from Obsidian Flames. Now, this one's just the regular card, not the Pokemon Center one. You'll see that the grading rate for this one, 10,010, 20,009, and about 10,008. So this is about a 20% at the best, 15% gem rate. This is an $80 card right now on TCG Player and eBay. This one in a PSA 10, though, is selling, and it did have a spike in there at $600. It's about a $570 card now. This one at the gem rate, it is not too bad, but these Obsidian Flames ETBs, they are going up super fast. If you need this card, you might be better off buying the card. And why do I say that is because if the Obsidian Flames ETB is $200, you could buy almost 2, maybe 3 of these cards because the packs aren't worth it. Obsidian Flame packs, they're trash. The set's not good. So you might be better off buying the sealed promo. Okay, and I would buy a sealed one. I would not buy opened ones because the open ones, typically people have already looked at them. They possibly graded them, possibly broke the slabs, whatever they did. I would buy a sealed one if it was me. All right. Now, the next one we have on here is a Snorlax, the 151. Now, I did buy one of these at the last card show I was at. I did buy a bunch of these right about a year ago this time from someone. They sold to me for $12 each, I believe. But the Snorlax, which I'm going to have to try to find it because I got everything around here. Snorlax is a $26 card right now on eBay. This is a $244 card in a PSA 10. PSA 9 is about a $42 card. There are a lot of these in a PSA 10 and 10,000 of them. In the PSA 9, you have 17, and then the 8, you have about 3,000. So this is about a 30 to 33% Gem 10 rate. Now, this card did get high as $250 and it went down, but it is getting back up to its all time high. The lowest you can get this one the last 6 months was about $160. Okay. This is a great card. Of course, this is not the Pokemon Center exclusive one. That card alone is selling for right around $200, I think, raw. So it's a great card. The Snorlax promo, I think, is unbelievable. If you get a chance, definitely buy the promo because you can't buy the ETB right now. The ETB for the Pokemon Center one's a $1,500 box right now. And even on the regular ETB, it's a $500 box. So I would go with this one, but I think this is still worthy of getting at $26. I think you can still make some pretty good grading plays on these because 151, it's out of rotation technically April 1st. Next one we have here is the Mewtwo. This is again from the 151 collection. This card I wouldn't say is totally out of reach, but this is a $40 to $50 card. This does grade out a little bit better than the Mew EX, but the thing with these promos is they got moved around so much because the way they're stored, and I'm not sure. I got one of these right here. So here's the Mew box. This one's been opened long ago, but they were stored right up here where they were, and so they shook around a ton. So definitely, if you're looking at purchasing these, definitely look for the sealed ones if you can. This one, the gem rate on this one is roughly about 25%. This is a $400 card, $450 card for PSA 10 rate right now. This was at high of $600 and it's went down to lower about 500. This I think is still a pretty decent play because if you were to buy 4 or 5 of these, technically if you wanted to buy instead of buying a $1,000 151 UPC, you could spend the money and buy 10 of these copies, probably for $500 or so. Maybe be able to get them in a bulk deal, and you should grade out roughly 2 to 4 of those in a PSA 10 if they're just raw copies, just statistically speaking. So if you were to do that and get 2 of them, possibly 4 of them, you definitely come out ahead. So it's a great grading play. I think the promos are definitely the way to go still with this, with the 151 UPC. Eevee, the 173. This Eevee card right here, I'm not sure where this one's at, so we're going to have to look for it. We got this Eevee right here. This is from Prismatic. Again, this is the Prismatic ETB. This is not the Pokemon Center one. These ETBs, though, are getting up to $200, so buying this card at $15 is a good buy. Now, when you start looking at the PSA 10 gem rate on this, it doesn't have the statistics for it, which is kind of weird. I think it should have the statistics, but this is only a $150 card in a PSA 10. I would assume that the PSA 10 rate of this one has to be pretty close to that 33%. Typically, a lot of these promos for Scarlet Violet are. This one, though, buying 10 copies of it for $150 or buying one PSA 10, that'd be your choice to make. I think you're better off buying the PSA 10 for this one. I think it's a pretty good valued one at $150. I think this Eevee is going to go nuts in the future. It's a gorgeous looking card. So that's my take on it, guys. That's what I would probably do. The other one we have here is the Umbreon 176. This Umbreon 176, you may not recognize it. It's because it came from the premium figure collection. These were tough to find. I did get one of them, was it. I bought it at Best Buy. I had a buddy kind of tell me, hey, Best Buy's going to have these. I went there. They had 3 of them, maybe 4 of them. I was able to get one. Super lucky of it. I was there at the Best Buy the night before, and they said they might be coming in. So I just feel like our Best Buy is a little shady. But this one right here is a $40 card. So what's crazy is the Ultra Premium Collection, the figure collection for Prismatic, that is a $70 box, and this card right here, along with the Espeon that comes in it, is worth the price of the box. So you get the packs in there, you get these promos. The promos are awesome. And so I don't know what the gem rate is on these, but you can see that a 10 is $240. These, obviously, your best bet is buying the promo raw because you can't buy the figure collection for very cheap. They're outrageously expensive. And the other one that comes in is the Espion. This one's $18 and it sells for $132. So if you buy the premium figure collection for $70, you have $60 at least worth of cards there for the promos. So if it's me, I buy the promos. That's what I would do. I don't know the gem rates on these. I know they got very high at first when they came out, but now they've dropped. Will Prismatic print more of these? Possibly. I think they're going to probably focus most of their attention on the SPCs, though. The one that people have slept on a ton is the Kingdra. This Kingdra is from the great set of Shrouded Fables. Now, this Kingdra right here, it's the promo 131. This has $278 value in a PSA 10. I don't know why we don't have the actual PSA rates on these. It's crazy it's not on there. But I have no idea. It's so weird. But these are $280 card. This is a $70 card that's raw. Okay, these were $30 boxes. These cards came in. They came with Shroud Fables, I believe, 5 to 6 packs of it. But these were excellent when they came out. They just once the promos started going up, it went nuts. The other one that came with this is the Greninja EX. One of my favorite Greninja cards that came out for the Scarlet Violet era. I like it better than the actual Greninja from Twilight Masquerade. This one's a $72 card. The King and Greninja, they go hand in hand. They really are about the same price. This is a $400 card, though, in a PSA 10. I had 2 of these in a PSA 10 that I sold roughly when Shroud Fable came out, so it's been a year and a half ago. They were $96 sales is what I sold them for. Okay. Now at the time you could buy the packs for 30. You get the promo in there. You could grade it and sell it for you'd make $50 every time you did it. So that's what I did. Now it's a $400 card. I wish I would have kept it, but of course I didn't. Excellent looking promos right here. I think that these ones right here grade out at a pretty high clip. I would buy the Greninja and the Kingdra raw. Okay. If it was me, instead of spending $400 on PSA 10, I would probably buy 3 or 4 of these, be around that $280, $300 mark, and get them graded for less than the $400 that would be there. And I think you'd come out with probably at least 2 tens. That's just me. That's what I would do. So let's check out some more of these guys. Another promo we got here is the Victini. Super, super slept on Victini. I love this thing. I have at least a dozen, if not more, of these boxes. Now, not only does this box have an amazing art, this Victini alt art promo. I mean, what else do you want? Okay. This is a $10 card. You can buy these boxes for $40 still. $45 on some of the places. These were a $25 box that were on the shelf. The thing about this is this has Black Bolt White Flare in it. A super, super short print set. Yes, Sam's Club tomorrow is going to have in store the binder and the poster collection. But when's the last time you've seen a Black Bolt White Flare ETB? Come on. This card right here, $131 in a PSA 10. I think this thing is a steal to buy in a PSA 10. Now, some people would say, why would I do that when I can buy 10 copies of it and possibly PSA 10 more of them? That's what I would do. I'm more of buying an abundance of them and then grading out and hoping to hit 30 to 40% clip. But if you're looking for a good PSA 10 card, I think this Victini should be at the top of your list. Now, the EVEX 174 right here, a lot of people are thinking like, well, where in the hell did this card come from? And they call this one the Fruit Basket EV is what it looks like. This card, you probably don't know about it because it comes from the SPC, the Super Premium Collection, the ones that are going to be coming out in Canada, Sam's Club, Costco, everywhere. They're going to be coming out of your ears from what I've heard. Now, these things right here, the EVEX, this is a $27 card. If they produce as many of these SPCs as they say, this card price will plummet if people open them. If people don't open the SPC, it doesn't matter. That's why the Charizard from Sword and Shield, when people opened that a ton, that's why those promos got down to $1 and $2. Like they were criminal how cheap they were. Okay. Then they got up to about that $5 to $10 range where they kind of stayed for a while, but it's because everybody opened them. If the SPCs get open, these cards should drop in value. Now, $290 in a PSA 10, I think is a pretty good price for it. I think it's a pretty good price to sell at. This one I don't know so much about. I don't like the design of the card. I don't think it's the best EV card that's out there. So that's just me. If I wanted to buy an EV card, I think that there's one that's better. I would get the EV 173. It's a cheaper card. You could buy about two of those for the price of the one here, but that's just me. That's what I'd do. Now, the one that people probably don't realize that they should have had and they didn't is this card right here. This is the Pikachu 27. You're probably thinking like, where in the hell did this card come from? Was this from the Paldea Evolved ETB? No. This is from the Paldea Treasure Chest. Okay. These things were $50. They came with like 6 packs. They came with like a couple figures and stuff like that. This Pikachu that came in there was an awesome looking card. Okay. So let's see if we can find one of those treasure chests. I take it back. It's the Paldean Adventure Chest. So these are $90, maybe a little bit lower. These were in the store everywhere. People remember seeing these. They looked like a shoebox. They were terrible, actually, to be honest. They had 6 packs. They had a few promo cards and stuff like that. They had a nice little squishy in there. The one thing, though, is that promo on there is a super nice promo. Okay. And a lot of people slept on that promo. These boxes got down to below $20 at Target, on the shelves, and at Best Buy. Now, this card, you may not think much of it, but it has the 3 starters in there. Plus, it has Pikachu. Okay. It's a great looking card. $160 for PSA 10 on this one. It's a $20 raw card right now. This one gems out at a pretty high clip. I want to say it's close to 50%. This card right here, if you don't have, I would get a few of these for your collection. I think this promo definitely takes off, especially after we get past the mega block. You're going to be 2 blocks deep from Scarlet and Violet. This one's it's a great card. I I loved it when it came out. I actually bought 2 of the adventure chests myself. I had them graded. They came out as tens. I think I sold them at the time for like $80 or $90 because at that point I could basically get the chest, have the packs to open, and then it pays for the chest plus the grading fee. It was a no-brainer for me. Wish I would have kept them, but I don't know. That's another good promo right there that I really, really do think people have slept on. Now, of course, how can we talk about promos without talking about Pikachu's Great Fill hat? This card gets shit on constantly. I love this card. Okay. I love this card when it came out. I bought a ton of these. Now, it got to the point where you could buy these for $70 raw. $70 raw. Okay. And I remember there's a guy over in Europe that he had 20 of these and he wanted 75 or $80 for them. And me, I'm just like, no way. Like, I won't. The most I'll pay is 70. Okay. Well, he walked. He was like, no, I'll just hold on to him then. That's what I never argue over like $5, $10 when it's on a card that's like this. That's the thing I learned. Okay. I've owned probably 7 of these, maybe 8 of these. I've graded them all. I had one that came back as a 3 with no damage whatsoever. I think the grader just must have got a traffic ticket or something, or his wife left him that morning because I have no idea what happened. But the rest of them, I got 5 10s, 2 9s, and like 1 8 or 1 7. Okay, so they graded out pretty well, a pretty good clip actually. I'd say it's close to 50%. 47,000 of these in a 10, 49,000 of these in a 9. Then you got some more. That's probably 45% clip. Now, people say, like, this card just can't keep going. There's no way. This card got down to a low of $1,300 here in December. Now it's up over. It's a $2,800 card, guys. $2,800. It's raw right now about $800. This card can't be stopped. It won't be stopped. And you probably think to yourself, like, well, no, it has to. No, it doesn't. If you knew how many of the Mario and Luigi Pikachus were actually made, it was insane. Those are $20 boxes, guys. $20 boxes when they came out. And just like the Poncho Pikachus and stuff, those were all cheap. They all came out. The Scream ones were just promos given away. This Pikachu with Gray Felt hat, I don't think it slows down much. You're not going to see any more of this. And the thing is there's raw copies out there, but I don't think there's that even many raw copies, to be honest with you. I bet 80% of these, if not more, are graded. And so you can look at the numbers all you want and say, like, oh my gosh, that's 100,000 cards graded right there. Because right here you have pretty much, I mean, You got over 100,000. You have 2,000 with these, 4,000, 5,000, 10,000. Yeah, you're probably about 107,000 probably. And there's probably, I bet there's only in circulation with these, I bet it's less than 200,000. Okay. So the numbers don't matter. I mean, yeah, sure, there's a lot of them graded, but if they only made like 200,000 of them, I don't know what to tell you guys. There's a reason why this card goes up and doesn't stop. It's because obviously there's not that many out there left in the wild. And you know what? Let's just check eBay and see how many are out there. Here we are on eBay, guys. There's 88 results for Gray Felt Pikachu hat. And let's see, Pikachu 085. Let's just try that one. We'll do promo sealed. There's 98 right there. So there's 98 for sale of these on eBay. 98, guys. There's 107 of them that have been graded. There's 98 for sale on eBay. Well, let's check out TCG Player. All right, where are we at? Great Pikachu hat. Let's see how many of these are for sale on here. 28 listings. 28 listings, guys. So that means, let's say there's 100 on freaking eBay. There's 30 right here. That's 130 for sale across the internet. If you don't have a Great Felt Pikachu, you're wasting your time not buying one right now. It's insane. I I'm telling you, like people can say all they freaking want about it. They're like, Great Felt Pikachu, gross, boo, whatever it is. Most of them are graded, guys. Even if somehow in Europe they're over there in the Smithsonian or wherever the hell museum, the Louvre, and they're like, oh, we found a box of these in the basement we forgot to give out during promos. That's going to be like what, 250 of them? You guys, of all of these that are graded, okay? This is probably 80 to 85% of all of them are out there. So if that's the case, you're looking at 150,000 of these possibly that were ever made. Think about it. Like that's crazy, really crazy. But let's move on from Gray Felt Pikachu hat now. These are the ones that are selling the fastest on here, that are selling the most rapidly. You're going to notice that you got these nice ones right here. Then you got the Snorlax from just the 151. Then you got the Pokemon Center Snorlax that's kind of going crazy here. But you'll see all the same characters are going there. The Mimikyu, this one right here, this one's actually going up. This is from Paldean Fates. This one's went up in price to about $12, and its sell through rate is crazy right now. It's selling for like over 30 to 60 of these per day. Okay. Now, with that being said, though, I want to check out the ME block because there are some promos here. The Mega Charizard one, this is a $40 promo. This is coming out of the UPC, guys. Okay. Then the Oricorio is $11 one. So you have $50 right there for those two promos. The one that's went nuts here is the Haunter. The Haunter right now is selling at $50, and this is selling multiple sales per day. The Haunter is absolutely going crazy. If you can find that Gengar deck, you have to buy it. Okay. It's so criminally crazy. The End Zekrom, this one's here, the Mega Evolution promo, $7. It's selling a ton. The ones that are new that came out, though, is the Charmander, the Squirtle, the Bulbasaur. What's crazy is the Rowlet is actually selling for $18, Squirtle for $33, Charmander at $40, and the Bulbasaur is the lowest at $30. I did pull those three, the Kanto, the very first day it came out. I sold the set of three for $90 on eBay because I think those are going to be heavily printed. I think you're going to see those everywhere. Do I think that they're going to be the same price they are now? No, I think these will get down between $5 and $10 per card. That's just me. That's what I think. I can't imagine they don't heavily print those because it has Mega Evolution and Phantasmal Flames in it, and those sets are going to be heavily printed in those ancillary products. But that's what I got, guys. Right here, that's the promo FOMO. Remember, Pokey Hobbs, thanks so much. Awesome shirt. Really appreciate it. Make sure you tell Mrs. Hobbs thanks too. And, I just appreciate it, guys. My 300th video. Can't believe it. I produced a lot this year. Started doing this last year, February of 25, and just did it for about 2-3 months. And I started working and kind of fell off, and I started back up again here. So, just happy to be back. But I appreciate you guys. Remember, like and subscribe. If you got any questions whatsoever, drop it down below. But as always, guys, remember, it's Poke Pasoda, and just like the shirt says, catch 'em all.